everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast once again. Today I have sitting in with me Mr. Drew Elliott. He is the guitarist and vocalist for SevenStones. SevenStones is a five-piece band that originated in Chattanooga, Tennessee in 2017. Drew and SevenStones have just released a new record through the Pavement Entertainment label that we love around here. It's called Hurt Turns into Hate. And Drew, man, it's great to have you.
Dude, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. I'll start with Pavement Entertainment. I get a lot of stuff from Pavement. Mark's a good friend of mine. Tim's a great guy. They're rock and roll people running a rock and roll label and giving guys like you a shot. That's cool.
It is so freaking cool, man. I'm like, I can't thank them enough for everything that they're doing. And like Mark's been really cool, and like Tim's been awesome. And then Tim being the bass player for Soil is fucking insane to me. Yeah. So like, oh, we're just talking to the bass player for Soil. I was like, that's fine. Like that's not fucking insane in itself. Oh, sorry, excuse my language.
It's all good.
Yeah, okay, good, because that's been a lot.
It's all good.
Dude, they really do give you a chance. If you it's put up or shut up at the same time. But if you're here for it and you believe in yourself and you do something about it, they'll help out, man. They've been really good to us so far, and we hope to continue that relationship with them for as long as possible. Maybe get signed, Mark. Him. They're gonna smack me when I meet him in person. I'm pretty sure they'll be like, "You got to stop that shit."
No, Mark's one of the best dudes I know. Just a great guy, super fair. But the thing is, you don't get this gig with the label unless you're good. They're not going to take on somebody for charity.
No.
They want a good band.
They want somebody that like they can either shape and mold, or like they see that has potential. If not, they'll ask you like, okay, we're gonna go a different direction. It's simple as that. It's So when we reach out to them for the first time, and they're like, you know what, let's push a singles, see how things go. I'm like, oh shit, you can get them a little bit of a shot here. And because a lot of people understand the music industry as well, because it's been a learning experience. Hell, dude, we're still green at a lot of this shit. It's gonna be a learning experience for the rest of our lives, most likely. But just with them, they made it easy. That was kind of like they laid it out and explained a lot of things to us. And like I said, there's gonna be more that comes to it, I'm sure. But they've been really cool, man. I'm very thankful that they gave us a shot.
Yeah, and it's cool, and I've seen the label get behind their acts. Plush, wonderful band, good friends of mine. I met Mariah when she was 15, and we did an interview, and I knew then she was going to do something. She's just a juggernaut of talent. I mean, the girl is insane.
She can shred too. Like that's not insane. It's like, and Plush is amazing. That's the reason why we knew about Pavement, was because of Plush, actually.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Plush opened up for Non-Point and Seether in Atlanta, and we went, and my manager happened to be sitting up in the balcony. And so after Plush got off stage, they went up there and watched the show and sat behind him. So he started, asking questions, like figuring stuff out. So it was really cool. So that's how we ended up talking to Mark and.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. And I love those girls, and they're amazing. And the label is full on behind them. In booking, in promotion, in nurturing their talent, nurturing who they are as people. And that's a great thing. I've been around them, I've seen them a bunch of times, and I've seen the label interact. And it's great. You don't get that anymore. And so it's good you're in good hands, which is nice to see.
I think that's what's helped us out a lot too. Is like, it's a risk on our point and like our part, no matter what, but at the same time, it's a huge risk for them. And seeing, what Plush has been doing has been phenomenal, and they deserve every bit of it too. They're so freaking talented and sweet. And they knock the hell out. God damn. It's like, let's just go. We could open up for them, right? I feel like that would work out a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and I would imagine you guys live for that live thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I've seen a couple of things and it's like, it's a different thing going from the studio to live with the chemistry. It just,
Okay.
there's a stir to it, right?
Yeah, it can be nerve-wracking at times, but like
Mhm.
because I'd rather play shows way more than being in the studio.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun, man. Like you're saying, the energy and everything, and
Mhm.
we're getting past from the years of us playing together. Well, now our lineups changed. By the way, for the intro, you said there was a 5-piece. We actually had a guitar player quit right after we got back from tour. So
Okay.
yeah, so but that's not your fault. I know that all happened. So we sent all this information out before we went on that tour or whatever, and they're like, oh, okay, we got everything set up. So as soon as we got back, we started doing all this press stuff, and dude was like, I can't do this. I was like, fuck, okay, that's cool. And our drummer, we have a different drummer now, so that's
Okay.
we're just
It's
throwing
okay.
everybody a curveball because everybody was like, yeah, it was like they start talking about like Adam's like killer on the drums. It's like, yeah, and he's not with us anymore. Well, we got a better guy. Yeah, like
And it's a thing. I mean, and you guys, I mean, you work for a living.
oh yeah,
Most of us do. I
yeah,
don't sit here and talk to rock stars for a living. I go
wish, yeah,
outside. It's fun as hell, and I wouldn't give it up for the world. But I have to do something besides this. So I know it's the same for you.
oh yeah,
You're working a job. You come home, you do this, you promote the band, you work hard, you spend a lot of money on the band. I know you do.
yeah.
Uh, but not everybody can do that. It's hard to keep a band together
Oh yeah.
when you're trying to raise families and buy houses and live, right?
That's exactly why there's been such a rotation in band members. I mean,
Yeah.
even our new drummer now, he's got a family at home, but he's like totally down. He's got the same mindset. It's like, because we leave Thursday or Friday. I usually have my watch on, but it's dead. But and we're gone for a month. So and he had to put his 2 weeks notice in, and he's the newest guy, so he was like, "Put my 2 weeks notice in, boys. We better fucking do something." Like, he was like, "I can find it," like, because he's a welder too. He's well rounded, and like he's all over the place. He's like, as long as we can self sustain, as long as the shows we're playing, selling merch, get our fuel, we don't have to come out of our pocket. And he's like, I'm fine with that shit. I'm like, that's our goal right now. Of course, everybody wants to make money, but a lot of people don't understand that either. They don't
Yeah.
know that we work 40 to 60 hours a week, and then we have our second job, which is our passion of, trying to get this done and doing all that. So if you see us on the road, there's like, oh man, you guys are living the life. And you're like, okay. I mean, we are, but we're not. Like at this so
Yeah.
like we're gone for a month, but some of us won't have jobs when we get back. And then it's like, all right, we got to pick up something else until we leave back on tour again. And but I love it at the same time. Cause I mean, if we do end up making it, fingers crossed we do, this is the shit you're gonna remember,
Yeah.
It's on the way up, the struggles that you had, it's
Yep.
the
And
traveling in band days and losing your transmission in the middle of fucking Michigan after yeah, or your trailer falling off in between Cincinnati and Kentucky. That was also fun, by the way. Uh,
but every band has those, right?
yeah, everybody
Metallica
does.
has those. I mean, there's no band that avoids that shit.
It's a little bit easier when you have a shit ton of money, though. Whenever
Well,
something
yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Very few start with a shit ton of money, though.
Yes, you're also not that exception.
Yeah. Drew, tell me where the band name comes from. Seven Stones, and I notice it's one word. There's no space there.
Oh,
You
dude!
know?
Oh my God, marquees and everything else like that. It's always like some sort of fucked up kind of. It's kind of like because people are like they thought we were Steven Stones or some point too, or even stone, even tones. Like we've gotten all kinds of shit, but it's like literally 7 stones. Oh, one word. There's
Yep.
actually our original guitarist, Abraham. We were trying to think of band names. We're all like trying to just throw some shit out there, try to figure it out. And he had a dream one night, and he said he kept hearing 7 stones over and over again.
Wow.
And I didn't like it at first either. I remember I was like 7 stones.
I dig it, man.
And then now we like it. Hey, kitty.
Nice.
Yeah, it's I like it now. I just didn't at first.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I'm surprised I don't have that. I got a black cat myself, so yeah. That I like it. I really, it's not goofy. It's deep. It
Yeah.
sounds very zen to me.
We tried to like. I mean, it can have different meanings. Like we're all Lord of the Rings fans too, so
Hmm.
it had some like Lord of the Rings lure in there somewhere, and it'd be cool. But no, it was just our guitar player had a dream. That's kind of where it
That's
came from.
cool. That's a good dream to have, man.
Hey, yeah, it's worked out so far. I mean, he's not
Yeah.
with us anymore, but that was his decision. We're still friends, but it was just kind of funny. It's like, I hope you know we're keeping the name, bro. Like you're kind of.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, you're good. He's like, oh, okay, as long as everything's fine.
Way cool. Now the first record, 2019's A Hope for Tomorrow. That and I see that, and that's my first question to you is, how's that feel? It's got a bit of a different sound, and
Oh
I
yeah,
guess the biggest difference really is the production.
oh yeah,
It's a lesser production, but that usually doesn't bother me. If the songs are there,
yeah,
throw it on a shitty cassette tape. So
yeah.
if
We
I'll
talked
get
about
the
it.
song through it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If it's a good song, it's a good song. Um, how's it feel listening to that
I,
now?
I mean, I mean, I'm proud of every one of those songs. Yeah, like
Yeah,
that was years and years of me writing, and because I didn't know I was going to be in a band at one point. Like I was literally just writing songs. I thought I was going to sell those. That's actually a lot harder than you think too.
yeah,
Uh, and then the guys got behind it and they enjoyed it. But the guys at Breaker with Andrew Pavette, they did it. They did a great job, man. We liked the quality. At the time, being a young band, I had no problem with it. Uh, it's just how our sound has changed, and we found Dalton Skinner in Knoxville, and his quality is phenomenal. Uh, and I'm not I still love that fucking album. Like I want to take some of the songs that you know we do our little twist on it now from that album and kind of push it forward because I feel like there's some very strong songs on there, and we just gotta spruce it up a little bit because we went from being like a southern rock band to like, oh, okay, you might yell at people every now and then, allow people to it.
yeah. And I love the record. It's a little bit different, but
Oh yeah.
it still feels Seven Stones to me, man. I mean, it's not a completely different band. Uh,
Oh,
all
it's
that.
still there. It's still
Yeah,
there.
it shines through for sure. Definitely. I'd love to hear the revamp versions of some of those tunes. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day. Really, because I mean, now that we've have a solidified lineup, which has only been like 3 weeks now, and then we're preparing for tour and all that fun jazz, and it's like
Right.
shit. Like we're gonna have to kick out some new song. We got to start working on some new stuff at some point. And I have some older stuff kind of thrown in, for the past that we could probably do that hadn't been recorded or anything. So there's a couple of them, but we're kind of want to go full length this time. So, but
Cool.
having a new lineup, I think it'll sound a little bit different, which we don't want to sound exactly the same all over again.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, who doesn't want to be played on the radio, but at the same time, if what you have is still working, you're still making a little bit of money and you have fans. Like, I don't want to say a repetitive chorus 35 times over and over again with the same beat behind it
Right.
and do that for six different fucking songs. But, I don't know. It's a weird like it's an odd thing to do. It's like
Yeah.
people talk about selling out and shit. It's like hell, we don't even have that fucking option. I just want to write songs that I feel like are still good, and just work out the way it's supposed to organically.
Yeah, and that's always I think that's always best as far as I've seen. The bands that it just happens when it's not pushed and pressured from anywhere in particular, or they're not trying to do something that isn't necessarily in the chemistry.
Yeah.
You guys seem to do what you like to do. How does that writing process work for you? Is it a group collaboration? Is it all in the same room? Is it just one guy? Is it just
It's
yourself?
uh it's a cluster, honestly. It goes back and forth. So originally it was my goofy ass and my acoustic, and I just kind of, I'd start drinking and and I could channel like feelings for either being heartbroken or
Hmm.
just being a baby back bitch and like write lyrics and which that still happens. But a lot of the time, especially with the new stuff, Isaiah he has guitar riffs in his mind and he just start jamming something. I'm like, oh shit. okay, hell yeah. And then,
Yeah.
start blah, 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 and shit ends up happening. And then the rest of the band kicks in and it works out really well. And I like that. I also like sitting down and writing my own too at the same time. But
Mhm.
uh, lyrically, I always have shit down. Like I have like 300 and something notes in my phone of just either started phrases or a chorus. Some of them are full songs that are just dog ass, but I got them out.
Well,
So
yeah.
it's something to revisit, to like rechange at some point if somebody has a riff or whatever that I think of, and I'm like, oh shit, I think I have something for that.
Yeah.
Scroll through and find it, and yeah, it's
That's
just what happens,
it's
man.
it's organic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoy that a lot.
Yep. Yep.
Hopefully that continues for
Certain.
us.
What was that?
Hopefully that continues for us. Hopefully we keep.
Yeah. Definitely. You don't have to be in a certain place, certain time. When it comes to you, you're
Yeah,
there. That's
yeah.
cool. That's
You could
cool.
it smacked me upside the head. Her Turns into Hate was like that.
Yeah.
Literally watched my buddy off a phone call of his ex fiance, and because she had been telling him to come grab his stuff, and she called him while we were at work, and he answered the phone, and she was like, "Don't worry about come getting your stuff." She's like, "I've threw it all away." And I
Oh,
watched his face change from being hurt, like from being just disappointed and sad to like pissed the fuck off.
yeah.
And I told him, I was like, "It's when the hurt turns into hate." And he was like, "Yeah," and whatever, and he like walked away, and I was like, "Oh, there's a song." Like I wrote everything like right off the
Wow.
because I
That's
mean, a lot of us have been there.
yeah.
It's
Well, yeah.
everybody's felt that kind of shit.
Yep.
It just clicks one day. You're done being sad about it. I'm pissed off and mad about it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Texas Coalition for that one.
Yeah. That's good.
Big Daddy Rich.
That's
Uh,
great. Yeah, that's cool that it comes to you like that, and in the moment, organically.
yeah.
Cool. Do you write when you're on the road? You've been out on the road
Um,
for a while. You're gonna be out on the road for a month here. Uh, does it, if it comes to you, do you take the time? I know the road is a bitch.
oh, dude, it was the first few being in vans. We didn't really have time.
Right.
Like I couldn't even think about riding. Like we just, we didn't get green rooms. We didn't get a lot of luxuries. Which I mean, that's happens for fucking young bands. We
Well, yeah.
understand. It just if you're touring with support, being support with somebody, you would think you get a little bit of like maybe a rider or a fucking shower. But
Right.
so that one kind of went to the wayside of like trying to write. I think we were more focused on financing, like finances at that point, which we still are. It's just a little bit different now.
Yeah.
And with the trailer fucking falling off, transmission, like I got to ride on a rollback in a 7-passenger van going through Chicago. That was
That's
kind of fun.
where that's where I am.
It's illegal as hell, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I woke up on the freeway getting launched into the top of the freaking van because we hit a pothole. I was like, God, where the hell are we?
Pothole, Chicago.
Boy, that was a rude awakening. It was a long day. But and now, we're riding a little bit more luxurious now. We have a bus. So
Great.
there'll be a little bit more time, to like be comfortable and maybe think. The last one was just like a drunken fucking blur, so I can't really say that.
Right.
Boy, like you mean I'm not working for like 3 weeks and I don't have to drive anywhere? That's fine. That was bad. But I think this time there's not going to be as crazy of a life on the bus with one less person, which is good. There's more space and all that fun jazz. But I think the 4 that we have now, we could probably sit down and think through some stuff and actually start writing. So
Yeah, that's
that's
cool.
our plan.
Oh man, that's cool. And I look at the new record, Hurt Turns into Hate, 7 songs. It's on the short side.
Yeah.
But there's no filler here, that's for sure. They're great songs. It makes me wonder though, I keep listening to it like it's going to be longer the next time. I'm hoping a few more will like magically disappear, magically appear.
I wish we had them if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything that made it to the cutting room floor kind of thing? Something that didn't make it? Is that, are you, is
there
there some
were
things left?
there were 2 songs, I think, but we'd already started this process with Pavement beforehand, because we had all of the songs written and recorded beforehand and before we added sorry, the other guitar player. So we had wrote a couple songs with him. Like it just happened naturally with him too, like, at the same time. But we were getting ready to hit the road, so we didn't have time to like record them, and like Pavement already, pushed everything out, and so we didn't get a chance to. But no, I don't think anything exactly got cut per se. We kind of just, like these 7 songs are pretty strong.
Yeah.
Like, well, we got them recorded. I think they're going to be pretty good, because
Yep.
the lineup changes suck, by the way.
Oh,
Different writing
yeah.
styles, different like chemistry and all that fun jazz. It does like alter, but it's been altering in a good way from here. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking forward to from now on. But
Yeah.
no, that was the
Yeah. I mean,
the I guess the damn, I can't even think of the word, but of the past 3 years, of collecting those songs, that we were like, okay, it would be a 7-song EP. That's not that bad. We're like,
no, not at all.
right out for first, I know what you're saying, man. You're like,
Well,
yeah, we want
yeah,
more. We want a full fucking album for
sure.
sure.
Everybody wants more. You always want more. But I mean, in today's climate, the way things work, it's kind of a singles kind of a
Yeah,
world. You release a single, you milk it a little bit, you let it fester, and then you release another one, and then you do the same thing. So there's a long process before you're actually releasing
yeah,
multiple songs on a record. Uh, Old school. I'm an old school guy, old and old school. But I like that journey. I like to throw the album on and start and go the peaks and
that's it.
valleys and end somewhere. Not necessarily conceptual, but just a kind of a, hear those moods,
Yeah,
hear the lows and
the
the highs.
flow of like what the people picked for it to
Yeah,
go, because it
yeah,
could
yeah,
be
yeah.
overall.
Sequencing and everything,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
There's a lot that goes into that. I do that.
Yeah,
I
and well, and I think this record works like that, even though it's shorter at 7 songs, it's long enough to take you on that journey. It did for me. But like I say, I want more, of course.
we want to give you more.
It sounds great. I mean, it's just a great record.
Thank you, man. We've had a lot of fun, man, and we're ready to, hit new markets. Like we've played Chattanooga so many times, which it's how everybody starts out. You play
Sure.
surrounding cities that are around here, and then, but getting to go back to Texas with Texas Hippie Coalition, I think is going to be fucking nuts. I'm
Wow.
so happy. I think I've said this in like almost to everybody else that I've talked to about it. Like, so we go from Houston to New Orleans. I'm glad there's 3 days off after New Orleans, because I am not going to be probably coherent for a lot of that.
Yeah,
After, of course, after we play, that's my huge thing. It's like nobody get too fucked up. Like, have a good time.
right.
We're gonna rock the fuck out no matter what. Like, you do your shit. Then afterwards, don't give a flying rat's ass. Just be back on the bus before we leave. That's all
Yep.
you fucking need to do. And
That's
New
what it's
Orleans is
about.
going to be rough. I already feel it. I already feel
Yeah,
it's going.
that's
I think
great,
we
man.
have some buddies that are driving down that are in the National Guard that might be based out of somewhere, and they're talking about showing up. Oh, dude, it's gonna
That's
be real.
great. It's great,
It's gonna be a
man.
great time.
I'm excited for you, man.
Oh,
Yeah, and Texas Hippie Coalition, uh, playing with those guys in Texas, that's gonna be.
I'm still stoked for it. I don't feel like it's real. Like, I'm not gonna believe it's happening until I'm in Houston and we're like on stage, like hearing them sound check or some shit, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you guys get to do this next." Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's great, man. That's cool.
I'm gonna be in disbelief.
Yeah,
They seem like awesome dudes. I've heard nothing but good things, and
yeah,
our managers have talked to like some of their people too, and they seem like they're pumped, man.
yeah.
They're fucking
It's
stoked.
great, man. I mean, you gotta enjoy it. I mean, get out there, enjoy it, as long as you can. And yeah,
That's our plan, man. Like you told us, you said earlier, like we all work for a living. We know how to have a good time too, though, man.
yep, absolutely,
And we're
absolutely.
gonna
This is
have
the
fun no
time.
matter what.
Yep, yep. Have fun doing it, man. It's the passion for sure. It's what you want to do. I know that. And you guys just played a show with one of my favorite new bands, 7 Year Witch.
Oh yeah.
Great, great dudes. And Buck Cherry, I know they were excited about that show.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was a hometown gig for you guys.
Yeah, that was kind of nuts. That was the first time a promoters reached out to us. So that makes us feel a lot, really good about that too. They were like,
Hmm?
hey, because we knew they were coming to town, and we were supposed to do a tour with 7 Year Witch and Josie Scott, but I think that Josie ended up getting COVID, so they canceled all of that.
Uh,
So we didn't get a chance to meet the guys at 7 Year Witch.
okay.
So whenever they offered this to us, of course, who doesn't want to open up for Buck Cherry for one?
Right.
Two, like 7 Year Witches with them too. Because as soon as I found out about them going on the road with us with Josie, I dove into them because I know Josie Scott. But you go into the 7 Year Witch stuff, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is gonna be one hell of a time with these guys.
Yeah.
And so it was really disappointing. Well, the whole thing of that getting canceled was disappointing. But being able to talk to them and watching them play, and it was,
Mhm.
them, the promoter asking us to play was like massive. With a week and a half in advance, they're like, "Hey, Buck Cherry's coming in. We need an opener." We're like, "Yeah, don't have to ask anything else. Like we're right
Sign
here.
me up.
What day is it? I don't give a shit if it's a Tuesday at 6 in the morning. We'll fucking be there."
Yep, that's the way to do it
Uh,
for sure.
But
Yeah.
7 Year Witch, they're a bunch of cool dudes, and they kill it. God, they're so fucking good, and I'm
Oh,
jealous.
man.
Coming up though with a band at their caliber, like, because I guess I didn't look at it that way because they've been doing like all these crazy shows. They've done a little bit. Actually, they've done a lot more than we have, but we're well on our fucking way. But knowing them now, and if we're both on the same path of moving forward and like hopefully to success for both of us, that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
God,
excited for it, man. I did the two, you guys are two bands that I follow, and it's, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what you
we're
guys.
not going to stop, man. There's no stopping this goofy ass train, no matter how much in debt we. I guess we're just going to keep fucking trucking at it, trying our best.
It's way cool. Way cool. You're in, you got time, right, Drew? You got,
Oh
you
yeah,
good? Okay. Okay, cool.
I'm here
Uh,
for it, man.
way cool. I know you're in Chattanooga. You got Nashville fairly close, you're in that same region. I talked to so many people in Nashville. There's, it's session guy heaven. For session musicians, if you want a session musician, you go to Nashville. It's just a thing. Uh, did you ever consider that? Could you be a session guy?
Oh, dude, hell no! I know. I suck at guitar compared to those guys. Like I've seen that. I would have been the jackass, like with thinking that like, man, I'm a better writer than anybody come up, which I don't have that mindset whatsoever. And trying to write, but like trying to do session stuff, I know, man, my chops are not where they need to be for sure. I know a lot of guys around here that could, but
yeah,
woo, yeah, I
yeah.
wish I could. That'd be fun.
I
But
was,
those
yeah, I
session
don't.
players up there, man, they're playing 3 or 4 hours every fucking night. So you better be damn good at what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, and the guys I've talked to there, and I mean, they're raking in dough. It's great money, but you don't, you're just the guy on the side, and there's not that kind of. It's a different life, it's a job, whereas it may not be, you don't get to rock people out really. If they want you for this or they want you for that, it's
You're like, okay, let's sit there and do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you play the part and you're done, you move on to the next thing. So yeah, it's not for everybody.
But I mean, like I said, those dudes succeed, or sorry, anybody succeeds, of doing that if you're on top of what you're on your
Yeah,
game, of whatever instrument it is. It's just, yeah, that's hard, man, because a lot of those people are wanting to do their own stuff too, and they get caught up and making money, which is, oh no, money, the burden, yeah. But
right. Right.
even the cover bands up there fucking kill it, man. Cover
Yeah.
bands anywhere kill it,
Yeah.
and
But
that's
I
God.
don't know. And that's, another thing. I'm out shooting and I see cover bands all the time and they're just packing people in because
Mhm.
people know the songs. It's just easier for people. They don't have to work at it. Which, I kind of just don't understand because, I
I,
mean,
I don't either, man. Like
I, I'd rather go home and listen to the record, Steely Dan record, than see a Steely Dan cover band. But
or see Steely Dan,
or see Steely Dan, right? But it's and more power to them. I'm really happy for them. It's great that people are out seeing shows too. But I just kind of don't get that. I love hearing the original music, like you guys are doing. I love that discovery.
I do too. I think that's we're on the same wavelength with that for sure. And don't like you said, like no disrespect to cover bands, because they bust their ass at what they're doing and they do a really good job. Or just bar bands, going and playing. And people are okay with that. They're totally okay with going to, 3 or 4 bars, twice a week or whatever, and just raking in money, playing other people's songs. I'm not that guy. Like sometimes I wish I could be, just get some money, but
right.
There's 3-hour sets of playing other people's stuff, man. It's different, it's not the same, singing your own shit and people going, damn, what is that? Where the fuck that come from? That's awesome, instead of, oh yeah, here's Tuesday's Gone. Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, we've heard thousands of
yeah, great tune, and I'd love to hear it, but I want to when I see a band that I don't know, I want to hear what they have to say. I think I know what Skinner has to say already. You know what I mean? I've heard it. So yeah, it's cool to see a band like yourself go out there and do original music.
Thank you. That does mean a lot. Really, man, that really does. I wish a lot of people felt that way as well. Because I I enjoy when bands are also playing their own stuff and then they'll throw in a cover just to just kind of like something like, because we're gonna do that on the road too. We'll throw 1 or 2 somewhere in, and it's just nice being appreciated. Like people are starting to pick up a little bit and like actually listen to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And, again, thank you, Pavement, for giving us a shot and actually backing us and letting us go on the road with THC to make fools of ourselves at some point. I'm sure.
It's great, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think you're coming to my town too. You're coming to Joliet on June 8th, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's what I get into this whole thing for, is to help out bands, promote bands. That's why I sit here. I'm hoping that people will see this, hear this, and go throw on some stuff of Seven Stones, and
please do
find a new favorite band, man.
Rinse, wash, repeat. Keep it share the hell out of it. Hit the follow.
Way cool, man. Way cool. Hey, Drew. I will see you on June 8th.
Look forward to meeting you in person, man. We'll have a beer or something for sure, and then we'll look at your camera afterwards and be like, hey, that one looks like shit. Yeah, I look like shit. I'm sorry I fucked up your camera. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah.
I look forward to it, man.
I look forward to it, man. I'm sure you're gonna make us look cooler than we are, for fucking damn sure, because we need
it. I love it, man. Drew, thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you for the music. And I can't wait to see you, man.
Thanks, brother, man. We'll see you soon. It's not too far.
All right, man. Take care.
Be safe out there, man.
All right. Bye-bye.